The Sabre Peregrine, one of the newest ships in Star Citizen. It belongs into the Aegis Sabre family. And the problem here is that after the Sabre Firebird was released, which was roughly 3, maybe 4 months ago, and few days after that, they told us another Sabre ship was in the works, and that this new Sabre ship is what many of us were expecting. I can say it right now. Over 90% of the players were not expecting a racing Sabre ship, the Sabre Peregrine. Most of us were hoping for an alternative Sabre Raven variant, because Sabre Raven is exclusive and it belongs to the collaboration between Intel and CIG. And because this belongs to the collaboration, it is extremely rare if you have it. Even though players were hoping for this quite a lot, instead we got the Sabre Peregrine, which is a fully dedicated racing variant of the Aegis Sabre series. So what does this ship have, which is so special that it's a dedicated racing variant? First things first, it's a pretty big for a dedicated racing ship with no weapons and countermeasures. It does have two size 1 shields, which I'm not sure serve any direct purpose, because bringing this ship into a combat scenario, well, there is no way for you to succeed unless you plan to fly headfirst into your enemy. It is extremely likely that you will go boom. Now, what this ship does have is high speed, really good maneuverability for a ship this size, and for some reason, a really interesting mix of components between stealth and military grade. Because the ship has 2 power plants and 2 coolers, there is no real power issues with this ship. Plus, it doesn't have any weapons to power up. It does have 2 shields, but those, along with the power plant, are not really needed for racing. So you just have 2 power plants and 2 coolers, which are all military grade. Military grade allows them to take a bit more damage before they stop functioning. I'm not sure if this is an ideal solution, but since there are no power problems, why would you need to pick an industrial or a competition grade? Perhaps someday, when they actually make it important to manage your temperatures, perhaps we can boost over the maximum limit to exhaust our power plants and coolers efficiency. This could be something really interesting to play on. But at the moment, most things which are affected are signatures and how fast your ship components power up, how much power they take, and if there are any bottlenecks happening, let's say when you are using all of your ship's components. Usually we can find an ideal scenario where power problems can happen with firing your weapons, taking damage, and your shields and weapons trying to recharge up at the same time. Now, if you have one of the best power plants of industrial grade, for example, this might not happen at all. But with single civilian grade power plant and heavy duty energy weapons and other components, we can actually see some of these things happening when we fly certain ships. As far as racing goes, I never really feel comfortable in anything bigger than some of these snobs or some of these smaller dedicated light fighter size racing ships. It is definitely among the bigger racing ships. And this ArcCorp racing track probably was not ideal because it does have quite a few buildings and tight spots, which I didn't really feel comfortable flying with this ship as I would have been with some of the smaller ones. I am a bit disappointed they came out with another Sabre ship which was fully dedicated racing. It is something new and I'm sure there are some who love it, those who hate it, and those who were a bit disappointed just like me. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.